everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Justania, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button down below and join the family because it's a good time. In today's video, we're doing the continuing of the 8-week series. We're in challenge number 5, and we're going to be talking about a plant-based diet. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 3 different high-protein, plant-based / vegan meals that you can incorporate in your day to get everything that you need between iron, vitamin K, all your vitamins and minerals, as well as getting the protein intake that you need as a human being, not just a vegan or plant-based. I'm challenging you at least 1 meal a day that is plant-based if you're not a vegan or plant-based or vegetarian. 1 meal that is plant-based, that is the challenge. Every day on my social media, I will be posting a picture every day of different things that can help you with protein sources or plant-based recipes. So definitely go follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to follow me on that and to join the contest as well, because there are winners. Other than that, let's get right into the video. Now, to start meal prepping, you want to get some stuff ahead of time. Meal prepping can take a really long time, but the benefits is if you really live a busy lifestyle, you already have food ready to go, you just have to warm it up versus cooking every day or skipping meals or eating out and spending a lot of money. Meal prepping has a lot of benefits that can get you into a plant-based or vegan routine diet. Now, the first thing I like to do is usually buy 2 bananas, and 1 set of bananas is gonna go in the freezer and 1 will just be regular to eat. The bananas that I will have in the freezer is simply for making smoothies. So I will cut the bananas in quarters so that I know that every 4 pieces of bananas makes a whole banana, because I usually use 1 whole banana for a smoothie. The next thing I have for you is to stock up with quinoa, lentils, pinto beans, black beans, grains, and legumes. Stock up with those. Before you even start meal prepping, start prepping your beans and your grains and start soaking them. Soak them overnight or for 2 hours. I like to soak it overnight so that it's ready to go and I could just cook them the next day. They're nice and soft. And what this does when you soak them, it makes, first of all, it makes the grains softer, and then you can cook them faster. Soaking up your grains and beans will cut the time. It allows it to absorb the protein more. Next, I make a batch of hummus. I would always buy hummus from the store, and if you make your own hummus, you cut down the waste of all the plastic you're throwing out every time you eat the hummus, because I at least buy 1 container a week, and it's also homemade, so it doesn't have any excess stuff that they make the hummus from the store from. Homemade hummus is definitely a way you meal prep the hummus beforehand, have that ready on hand. This is a huge staple for me because I love hummus with crackers, pretzels, or chips, or putting hummus in wraps. Cook your beans and grains ahead of time. I also like to cut up my onions and garlic ahead of time so that when I'm cooking, whether I meal prep or not, at least I can grab the onions and the garlic, and the garlic is already peeled and just ready to go, and I could just chop up the garlic or add the garlic in whole, and the onions are already cut up so I could cook them. And as well, if you want to save more time on meal prepping, you could cook up the onions ahead of time and have them already pre-cooked. I like to have them a little bit more fresher, so I like to cook my onions as I go. And the last thing that I have for you to meal prep quickly the night before you even begin your meal prepping session is to cut up all your vegetables so those are ready to go, whether you're mixing them in any meals or if you're using them for your hummus dip or any type of dip, or simply just eating the vegetables on hand. Before we get into what the meals I have made for you guys as a high protein plant-based meal, the first tip I definitely have for you is to stay hydrated on a plant-based diet. Stay hydrated on any diet, anything that you're eating. Hydration is so important for your skin, keeping your skin hydrated, keeping yourself hydrated, and keeping hydrated gives you energy, helps with fatigue, lack of sleep, and it just keeps your fluids going, and really important to stay hydrated. I have 5 drinks, different types of drinks that you can have while keeping hydrated. I personally like to make home squeeze orange juice. I've been making this since I came home from Spain. My aunt makes fresh orange juice every day. So for me, on the weekends, I like to already make the orange juice and set it in the fridge and have it chilled because it tastes really good chilled. And I buy my oranges from Trader Joe's. This bag is the pink Cara oranges, and there's 5 oranges in them, and the regular oranges comes with about 12 oranges. I've used 8 oranges in this video. This juice will give you the proper vitamin C and proper hydration, and it's homemade and it's so delicious. I like to make that ahead of time. And then next, obviously, is water. It's so important to keep hydrated with water, and if you don't like just regular water, there's so many different ways that you can flavor your water, whether it's putting lemon in there, lemon vitality essential oils, lime or infused fruit, making infused water. What I like to do, I have these 2 Pure Inventions pomegranate acai berry and tranquility natural extract. I like these, and I bought them from Pure Inventions, and it helps power up your water. The antioxidant fruit extract gives you antioxidants. It supports your immune health. And as well, I have Tranquility, what supports relaxing and calm for everyday health that you can use at nighttime. And what I love about these, so it's free of sugar, gluten, calories, artificial colors, caffeine, artificial flavors, and artificial sweeteners. So it's really clean, and these are the 2 things that I have, and I really love those when I'm sick of having regular water. Another way to keep hydrated is lemon water or tea. Tea is a great way to keep fluids in your body. You just want to keep the fluids in your body going so that everything is flowing right and that you're getting all the excess toxins out while you're going to the bathroom. Let's get right into the 3 different meals and the snacks that I have for you guys for a high protein plant-based diet. The first thing that I have for you for breakfast is a tofu scramble. Tofu scramble is one of my favorite things. I will link above a video of my best tofu scramble so that you guys can get the recipe from there. Make sure that your tofu is defrosted and not frozen. You want to pat your tofu with paper towels and get the excess water out there so that you get the nice firm texture from the tofu. And to start off with making this tofu scramble, you're going to cook up your potatoes, and the potatoes are going to give you 4.3 grams of protein. The tofu is going to give you 10 grams of protein. The onion is going to give you about 1.2 grams of protein. The broccoli is going to give you 4.2 grams. The mushrooms only give you 0.6 grams of protein. And you're going to add vegetable broth. You're going to cook your onions first. Again, look at the video to get the proper directions. And you're gonna cook that and make sure it's all soaked, and add different spices, onion powder, garlic, parsley, and garlic and herb season or Italian seasoning, however you want. If you like spicy, anything spicy seasonings you could use as well. I personally don't like spices. This tofu scramble is gonna give you around 22.1 grams of protein. You have your protein from the tofu, from the broccoli, and from the onions. And then on the side, you can add a little bit of avocado, a little bit of tomato, add some ketchup, and have a glass of orange juice, and there is your meal. And also add about a banana or 2 to make it a full meal so that you don't get hungry quickly, and if you need more added to your meal. For lunch, I made an Asian noodle pasta with tahini dressing on the side. Here for this, you're gonna have the Asian noodles that I got from Lily's Market. It's an Asian market. And then you're going to make edamame, broccoli, carrots, mushrooms. You're gonna steam all the vegetables. You're gonna add the noodles and the edamame together because it's gonna cook up really quickly. A cup of edamame noodles and a stack of the noodles that is already prepackaged in the Asian noodles. The Asian noodles are gonna be a little bit more to like a sticky, mushy type of noodles versus your traditional like spaghetti noodles. So if you don't like that kind of noodles, I recommend getting different kinds of noodles. The edamame, it has a protein which is gonna give you 17 grams of protein. The broccoli is gonna give you 4.2 grams. We're going to also add barbecue tempeh, and the tempeh is gonna give you 31 grams of protein as well. And all of these are about a cup of each vegetable or tofu or soy protein. Cook all of that, and then the barbecue tempeh, you want to steam it first about 10 minutes in just a pan with water, and then you're gonna add barbecue sauce. You're gonna put it in the fridge to marinate overnight, and then you're gonna take it out and you're gonna bake it for about 15 minutes. Flip it over, add more barbecue sauce if you'd like for 15 more minutes, and there's your barbecue tempeh with your Asian noodle pasta. For the tahini dressing, you're gonna get 2.6 grams of protein from the tahini. You're gonna add tahini, soy sauce, miso, water, onion powder, and apple cider vinegar. This total meal will give you 61.4 grams of protein, and that is for lunch. For dinner, we're going to be making a sweet potato vegan chili. For my chili, I personally don't like it spicy, so if you want to add spices to your chili, you can go ahead. For this, you're going to get sweet potatoes. You're going to bake the sweet potatoes on 350 degrees for about 40 minutes, and I poke holes with a fork with the sweet potatoes and just put it on parchment paper with a little bit of olive oil to help it cook. And the sweet potatoes are going to give you 2.1 grams of protein. Then you're going to take your beans that you've already soaked overnight, and you're going to cook those. I am making pinto, black, and mixed beans. This mixed beans I got at Lily's Market. It's an Asian market again. Each beans, for about 1 cup, you're going to get about 40 grams of protein. And then on a pan, you're going to cook onions first with some oil, and make sure you don't burn those, so on a low to medium heat. Then you're gonna add about 2 cans of diced tomato sauce, and once that cooks for a while, you're gonna add your corn, peppers, and your vegetables, and then you're gonna add your beans later on, and you're just gonna let that cook until you kind of have an idea that it's already cooked. I would say in total it's about 30 minutes, but don't burn it, and make sure you cook it on a low to medium heat. And then we're gonna make some sour cream on the side. You're gonna make sure you have soaked overnight, or if you're in a rush and didn't soak your cashews overnight, you can put a cup of cashews in hot water and let that soak for about 15 minutes or an hour or 2, depending on your time restraint. And then you're gonna soak cashews, a juice of a lemon, salt, and add some water, and that's going to give you a total, the cashews will give you a total of 5 grams of protein. And then in total, this meal will give you 69.3 grams of protein, just using 1 cup of beans that I calculated, where it would be just 1 cup of greens for the meal. And then you're gonna have a cup of broccoli, and then you're gonna have a cup of edamame. The edamame will give you 17 grams of protein, and the broccoli will give you 4.2 grams of protein. The last meal that I have for you is snacks. And the snacks that we are making is the hummus. And in the hummus, you're just gonna use chickpeas, tahini, garlic, soy sauce, cumin, lemon, and olive oil. You're gonna mix that all up using a NutriBullet or a food processor. And then you're gonna add about a handful or to a cup of pumpkin seeds. You're gonna get the protein here from the pumpkin seeds, about 12 grams, and then the hummus, 1.2 grams, and that is a total of 13.2 grams of protein right there in your snacks. And then we're making roasted candied pecans. Alone, the pecans will give you about a cup of pecans will give you 9 grams of protein. And for something healthy and sweet, we're going to roast these candied pecans, and you're going to put them on a parchment paper, as you can see here, and we're gonna mix it with coconut oil, maple syrup, cinnamon, and you're gonna mix all that up, and with some shredded coconut, and you're gonna put that on top. You're gonna put the pecans in the oven at 350 degrees. You're gonna cook it for 5 minutes, then take it back out, flip over all the pecans, and then put it back in for about another 5 to 6 minutes. And then you're going to take them out and let it cool, and once it cools, it will harden all the coconut oil, the maple syrup, and the shredded coconut. It's going to soak all of that up, and it will dry, and there is your delicious roasted candied pecans. This is definitely my favorite, and it's better than the store-bought candied pecans because at least you know what's going exactly in it. And it's really simple and easy to do. And then with your hummus, you can have your peppers and carrots as your vegetable. And then you also, for snacks, you could add any types of fruits. Each fruit will give you about 1 to 5 grams of protein depending what it is. And those are the snacks that I have for you guys. The candied pecans will give you a total of 9 grams of protein. So in total, if you have all of these meals, you'll get a total of 101 grams of protein. If you cut that in half, you'll get 90 grams of protein. The average protein for a male is about 56 grams of protein, and the average intake protein for a woman is about 46 grams of protein. We definitely pass that protein intake with all these 3 meals at 181.2 grams. You can definitely get enough protein in, and if you don't like any tempeh, tofu, or edamame because it's a soy product, you could always add more lentils or quinoa or beans into your diet to get that extra protein. Now, the average intake of protein, you could just look that up on Google. That is just the average. You also want to intake how much you weigh and your height as well. So definitely look at calculations online to help you decide how much protein that you need in a day. So that is all I have for you for today for your high protein plant-based meals. You can definitely get a lot of protein being on a plant-based diet or a vegan diet. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for joining this challenge with me, and I hope that's really helpful. And if you like these kinds of videos where I show you a high protein different kinds of meals, definitely comment down below and like this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.